Shamans, we understand, cause we are the tech Shamans. Dude, I got this cool thing to show you. Really, man? Yeah, it's far out and technical and stuff. Awesome. Yeah. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech Shamans. Cool.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Tech Shamans. It's Monday morning.
And it is a test for our regular viewers. What's different about today's program, everybody?
You can put that in the chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat. See if you see what it is.
Let's see if people notice.
Yeah, who's paying attention?
Did you have a good weekend?
I don't remember.
I
think, yeah, we went antiquing on Sunday.
I love antiquing.
That is tons of fun.
It is fun.
It's pretty bad. I'm a lot older than my wife, and when her childhood toys are showing up in the antique stores, that's getting bad. That is getting bad. I'm like, dude, this is crap from the 90s.
Oh my God.
Why is this in an antique store?
That's funny as hell.
I know. And you listen to the oldies station, and you got like Jay Giles Band, and
the
it's
Jay
like
Giles Band.
Really? I mean, Cheap Trick. And it's like, how can, My Angel is a centerfold actually qualify as a classic oldie with your easy listening hits? I mean, it's like, what?
Yep.
I don't know. But yeah, I go to, for me, I consider those antique stores to be like my childhood, memorial sort of, tribute.
Yeah.
I go through there and I just see so much. I found... it's bad enough. I'm like, oh, look, this is the canister set that my mom had, for flour and sugar and tea, the brown one with the black top and the metal.
I do remember this.
Yeah, and then what's funny is right next to it, I'm like, oh, and there's the one I had. Never mind. There's the Tupperware one, the yellow ones with the little lids. It's like, okay, never mind. So we did that, and then on Saturday we had a big gathering at the house. We had archery practice. So we had a lot of people over for that.
I was going to ask you, are you teaching people how to shoot a bow and arrow?
That's part of it. Amy does mounted archery, on horseback.
That's a lot of respect. Because you're bouncing up and down, and you're kind of...
Yep. And
I got to be careful.
Just like in the video games. Oh,
right.
Wait. They came after the fact.
Yeah.
Oh.
They did? Oh, so Amy also, we start off with ground archery, teaching people techniques, how to thumb draw, how to, fast draw, that kind of thing.
You don't draw this way?
No, she doesn't. She thumb draws. Okay, yeah, it's wild. Nope, it's like this, and you twist. See, you load it, knock it, and then you twist, so you can pull back fast. Okay, but you also load on the bottom side of the bow when you do it. And that twist locks the arrow onto the bow, so you don't have to hold it with anything.
When you release, doesn't that hurt?
And no, you just let your thumb go. You're just holding it with your thumb, and it goes.
Okay.
But she teaches that. We practice that, and then she takes the people that are horsemen, who want to, learn the equestrian side, and we've got 3 horses that
I thought you said
riding.
people can't ride your horses.
It
You just
depends
don't
on
want
how
me
experienced
riding
they
your-
are.
Oh, okay.
No, and it depends on which horse.
Right.
Okay. So that was Saturday, and of course we had like 2 15, 16-year-old boys come out. They were freaking probably the most polite kids I have ever met in my life.
They were raised bright.
They were amazing.
Did you say they were raised bright?
They were
Raised right.
right. And but I brought
bet
out.
that was yes sir, no sir.
Absolutely. And I mean, the way they ran it, they cleaned everything up, and it's like just made sure everything was put away. It was phenomenal. But I brought out my big crossbow for them, the one with the
nice.
with a scope on it, and
that is super cool.
one of the he had a cast on his arm. And so he didn't want to mess with the bow, but he was perfectly fine drawing the 150-pound
50 caliber crossbow.
Yeah.
I have a crossbow. My kids got me a crossbow for my Father's Day last year.
Oh, cool.
I play with it every now and then, but it's just I've got to learn how to load quickly.
Yeah. Well,
It's not a load
does it have
quickly.
the foot pedal on
Yeah.
it. That's there is no rapid draw on a crossbow. There's get it right the first time.
Yeah, I found that out
Yeah.
as the arrow flopped out and ding, almost hit me in the head.
Wow.
That was awesome. Yeah,
Never seen a crossbow do that. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't locked all the way, and I was trying to do speed, so I loaded the arrow in, then I started to pull it back.
Oh yeah, no.
I didn't get it, and I hit it. And I
Oh,
let it go, and
yeah.
it hit the concrete and went up, hit the side of the house, and then
Straight back at you.
Yeah.
No, which is why you cock first and then put the arrow.
I learned that.
The bolt in place.
I was trying to be Speedy
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yeah, you can't do that. So aside from that, it was a fairly low tech weekend.
Nice.
Adam, what'd you do?
Yeah, what you doing, Adam?
I plumbed the.
gonna have to fix
Oh
this.
yeah, we're gonna have to fix
Because
this.
he's used to being on the other side.
Oh man.
No, don't move.
No,
you.
don't move.
You're
We
good.
moved the microphone to you, then you move.
Sorry, my bad.
I plumbed the pool equipment. Hard plumbed it all in and getting ready to get the heater finished up because
It's summer.
I don't even.
You know
we
it's
are
hot
not,
outside.
and we live in Florida, but
And the
I'm not
pool in
going
my
there.
house is already 89
I am
degrees.
not going there.
Ridiculous.
And I planted a bunch of plants in the yard and added some more sod.
You are a glutton for punishment, aren't you?
Wow.
A little workaholic.
It was fun.
And then this morning, your lovely wife calls up and says, my phone ain't working.
Can't send email from the phone.
Do not install iOS 14.5.
Which I'm in the middle of doing it right now.
Right
and it
now,
is
during the
13
show.
hours.
Anthony wants to torture himself. He just
Yeah.
wants everybody.
Yeah, I just feel
wants
left out.
He wants something
See,
to talk about
the
next week.
links
What do I
we
got here?
go to make sure we have content for this show.
Yeah. Let's see.
We destroy our own personal
That's
lives
it.
so we can make sure we have something to talk
I always look at it this
12
way.
hours remaining on
If
the
I
download.
break it, Adam can fix it. So I'm good. I'm
Yeah, that's
okay.
funny.
I'm covered. Yeah.
And what'd you do, John?
We tore apart a studio.
Yep.
Nerdosphere is
Oh, that's true. I was helping you with that for
Nerdosphere
a
is
little
going to
bit.
be down for a couple of months until we relocate, and then once we relocate, it'll come back bigger and badder than ever.
It's going to be so amazing.
Yeah, I mean, the tables we already had were awesome as it was, but now we are going to expound on those because you got better and bigger ideas. I'm like, oh, well, look at this, and we can do this, and we can do this, and I'm like, yeah.
It'll
So
be
other than that, and then I was
freaking
at it wasn't a wake. It was more of a
Memorial service.
memorial service, yes, for my sister. So her dad died. She's not my real sister, but she might as well be because we're like two peas in a pod, literally, like
I think you mean figuratively.
figuratively.
Yes.
Yeah, not literally. And what I mean is we're alike, literally.
Yes.
Yeah, not the peas.
Sorry,
in
I
the
just
pod.
watched the second episode of a series of unfortunate events on Netflix, and it's so because they're all about literally versus figuratively.
Yeah.
It was
Other
good
than that,
education.
hey, David Yoakum's on.
And has he figured out what's different?
Hey, David, you actually you are on my list to call about the new location because David's got some cool tech that we can throw in there as well. So,
I'm in love with that.
Super cool tech.
I mean, we kind of don't really like tech around here.
No.
You know? We try
This
to
is
avoid
the
it.
only man that I know, right, that took half of his house.
Yeah.
Where he lives on one side, that's where his bedroom and blah blah blah
Yeah.
is, right? But his other bedroom, gutted, completely turned him into a space flight simulator. So when you go in, you can actually do a lockdown for like 12 hours or 2 days. The bathroom, the bathroom is inside the lockdown. You go inside, and it's got it where you literally drive spaceships through. It's cool as crap, man.
Awesome.
I mean, dude, it's like when you immerse.
Yeah.
Food's in there, like MREs and stuff like all that stuff.
Wow.
He's got all of that, right?
Yeah.
And there's sleeping bunks for the tech crew, and there's lower bunks, so you got to have a pilot all the time, and blah blah blah. I mean, and
He's
you
got
can,
an anti-gravity chamber.
I'm waiting for. Okay, so David's one of those kinds that I'm waiting for that. I'm like, when he goes, well, yeah, I'm gonna make you feel like you're in space. I'm like, oh my god.
Wear lots of metal, okay, and
Yeah.
he's gonna put magnets in the ceiling. It's like, wow, look
There's
at
an
me.
idea, Dave.
Look at me.
That would be kind of
So
awesome
yeah,
too.
but I did not. Other than that, which that's kind of all we did this weekend. I had to be careful because I'm going today for the MRI on my shoulder, so I've got to get it fixed because it's tired. It's hurting me all the time. Anyway, so we're gonna jump into this thing. So, okay, I don't know about you guys. I hate Captcha, and I know actually I met the people that wrote the software originally for this.
And they hate it too.
Oh no, they think
But-
it's the best thing since sliced bread. But I'm gonna tell you what, I hate Captcha. Right. So now Cloudflare says Cloudflare says it's time to end Captcha Madness and launches a new security-based replacement, which me and Rob are making fun of. Oh, we're going back to a dongle.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, seriously?
That's it right there. You know, so I'm thinking, okay, so now I have something else that I could carry with me everywhere and stick in my computer or wherever you go
To prove I'm human.
That I'm a human.
I'm really not in love with the whole. Oh,
I'm not
let me find somebody else's dongle and then go in and it's going to individually identify you. I'm sure.
Right.
Okay, which then it becomes your identity, and you go on the internet and they steal your identity and they prove it's you because they have your dongle.
And notice how it's a USB-A connection on that.
Yes. Did you see that?
Yes. Now all computers are switching to USB-C. So now you have to run out, quickly buy an adapter. No, it doesn't make any sense.
I
No,
don't.
That's just how long they've had it in development.
You know, believe it or not, I believe that the new Captcha would most likely be best done with your smartphones or smart devices.
Well, okay, so Facebook,
Scan my face.
if you jump on Facebook on a different machine,
Oh yeah.
Facebook will now. You have to have a. You have to have the app on your phone.
Yep.
Right.
And
you have to go pull a 6-digit code.
Right, and that 6-digit code.
Yeah.
now
And
they'll-
no matter how many times you tell it to remember that computer and that browser, it does not.
You know, I have the my remote management software to veer off. I use the same features. Not only does I can get two-factor authentication, but I also use the security app that auto-generates 30 seconds a new passcode constantly. Not only do I have to sign in at the beginning of the day on one particular computer, but then I have to authenticate it, and then on top of that, I have to use the rolling app to go ahead and generate the new code to be able to log in. And those those are features in order to keep people out of my back end. So it's really.
So you don't have anybody in your back end?
I have no interest in getting in your back end.
That's your back end.
Back in 2007,
Back
2008.
2000. I'm sorry, man. I'm in
back end.
Once you get me started, I turn into a big
really
child.
hard to stop.
It's like working with a 12-year-old. It
It
really
is. I swear
folks.
to God.
Okay? I mean,
I'm so bad.
Don't send sympathy. Send money. No, but back in 2007, 2008, we used to have the dongles that had a rotating code on them. And I worked for a major, firm that really had to have tight data. But I was able to get in anywhere around the world. I mean, I traveled internationally, and I could, but it had the rotating code that would change every 30 seconds. And so you had to, and yours was unique, obviously, to you. And as you're trying to log in, boom, boom, there it was. And I mean, that's kind of to me, that's a better way to do it. I mean, have a here's an idea for anybody out there that wants to dev it. Okay, have a service you sign up with that all you have to do is open up your phone and like with Facebook, but you don't have to hunt through all kinds of crap. Okay, you just pull it up and it gives you a 6-digit code that proves you're human. Well, regardless of where you are.
That's good. That's great. But that's great with computers today that are like this laptop. It's Bluetooth. It's blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But that's not always the case on some of our older computers. My big PCs in here that we do switching on.
Sure.
Yeah.
None of them.
No, but it'll come to your phone. Okay, so if it says, "Oh, prove you're human," you just pull up your 6-digit code on your phone and you're done.
That's what I do.
Well, then,
but I mean, make it even easier to get to that. Because with Facebook, you have to open the app, then you have to go to your settings, then you have to go down and you have to click security, and then within security, you have to click on generate a code, and then it's like, give me a freaking one button that just gives me the damn code.
I literally have a software that they tell me to go get. It's Authenticator. It's on my phone.
Or even like a browser extension.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, just do that. Now, what I love about my iPhone is if I try to log into anything and it has two-factor, the code pops up at the bottom, and I just click on the code, because as soon as it comes in by text, I just click on it, and it automatically fills it in for me.
Yeah.
I don't have to sit there and remember a 6-digit number, which is not really a big deal. But it is just so much handier just to click on it and have it autofill. You don't type it wrong.
Yeah.
And you're in.
Well, I mean, back in the day, okay, so this is how old I am. We were programming in the late 80s. Before you had Photoshop and all that kind of stuff. I think I've been to this story before once, but we wrote a software. Photoshop wasn't a thing. None of this. We wrote a software that does false colorization on artwork. So we were ahead of everybody in this whole thing.
Yeah.
But the computers, you could use a computer as standalone. But the minute you fired up that software, there was a dongle that has to be on your computer, or that software would not work.
Right.
I had a master one, so no matter where I went, if I had to go and fix stuff, I could just take mine and go in there.
Yep.
And what happens is, because that dongle was my dongle and the software saw it was me, I could go into the back end side to figure out what they did wrong.
Yep.
And then, they would watch me do this, and then I would take my dongle and put it there, and they're like, well, how come we can't get back there? That's because I don't want you breaking stuff.
Exactly.
So, but I get the whole world. I get the dongle thing. I mean, Dashlane, remember Dashlane?
Yeah.
Dashlane was a thumb drive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and think about it. What do I get? I get a text message that says I'm real.
Right.
So what's the matter? Just put in a phone number and we'll text you. Of course, that honestly would be really easy to create a hackable situation.
Yeah.
Okay, because they could then put in fake phone numbers that would then capture the code and wrap it right back in again. And again, you're not proving that you're human.
Right.
But I don't know if it's whatever. Okay, the fact of the matter is, why do we have to work so hard to fight pirates? Why do we have to work so hard to fight criminals? I mean, I spent an hour and a half last night, and I swear, it was really the wrong thing for me to do. But there was a scammer, who was, I had made a donation to a friend who lost their grandchild over the weekend.
Right.
Or last weekend. And so the family needed help. So I made a small donation, to the family. And then I get a thing going, wow, that was really sweet of you. Thank you very much. And I'm like, is this the money? Because it was like,
Right.
one level removed on the name. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, because we really need some other things. And so would you mind donating, to this other, thing? And I'm like, I just gave you money and you're asking me for more money.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a little funky. And it's like, yeah, well, what we're doing is Amazon gift cards so that people can, I'm like, okay, all right. And so I sat down and I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me do this. I'm going to send you $500. Okay. And I go in and I'm like, oh, darn it. I haven't used my Amazon account in a long time, and they say that there's like a $54 issue that I have to clear up. So if you send me $54 in Cash App, then I can go ahead and clear that up, and I can send you the $500 you want for the funeral. And we went around and around. No, no, I know you have it. Your dad sent you the money. And they're like, wait a minute, whose ID have we stolen here? And does he know this person and their dad? And it's like, I'm just having a blast with it. Okay. It's going on and on and on. And I finally got an F you, I don't want your money.
Seeing how you started talking about working so hard real quick, just to let everybody know, the pipeline situation that was happening.
Yeah.
And they ended up paying $5 million on the ransom.
I don't know that was confirmed.
That was, they did send out the money. But that's as far as
hopefully they traced the money.
Well,
yeah.
But they already know who the group was. Number one. Number two, because of all the media attention, everything that happened.
Yeah.
Some of these, a lot of these groups, they run like underground. Kind of like, pay us a percentage. We'll send out and do the legwork for you.
Right.
You pick the company, and we take a percentage of the cut. That kind of thing. Well, because there's so much media and attention around it. Feds getting really hot on everybody's tails. There's been all these dark web sites are no longer allowing the cyber criminals. Mm-hmm. They're basically saying, hey, look, we don't want to use encryption technology. We're not going to allow you to go out there and crypto lock companies. You're not going to use it on our platform right now.
Right.
And there's been tons of groups just getting out of that whole thing because of it.
They're at least defacilitating it.
Yes, they are.
They're trying.
Yeah, they are. They're
it's a
running,
big industry.
They're running. So most likely you're going to see a a downtick in a lot of these companies being crypto locked, for instance.
Until somebody builds a server farm.
Well, until they start doing it themselves and not promoting it as much.
Yeah.
Now they're going to just have to figure out how to, run the whole scheme.
Well, hopefully they just kneecapped them for a little bit anyway.
Yeah.
Because this was this is totally uncool.
Yeah,
and I think that's really sad that what happened was a lot of these people like, wow, I can't get gas because somebody used my platform. Hang on, how stupid am I being thinking it would never happen to me?
Right.
Okay, and yeah, that's what they're doing. So hopefully they just had, a little come to Jesus moment there.
Come to Jesus.
The whole point is that particular group was, they said they didn't want to cause any kind of social issues and things like that. They
when are you not causing social issues? I'm sorry. Oh no, we're just going to target small businesses and collapse them and unemploy people. Oh, that's much better than taking down the gas pipeline.
So much better.
Unbelievable.
So that's a little tidbit. Hopefully everybody can keep your guards up, but still. Rest a little assured that there's some.
Thank you, Adam, for that. That's really
few
good.
companies being shutting down their services.
So here's something going on. So how would you like to have, and this is the way I look at it, a famous actor be your.
Morgan Freeman does the intro for
your music on your on hold voicemail.
Captcha. Oh,
hi! Thanks for calling AMS. Right. Well,
Morgan Freeman. Doing
now there's a
Samuel L. Jackson.
Now there's a deep fake audio platform where celebrities can license AI generated voice clips.
That is hilarious because they are able to license their artificially generated voice.
Yep.
Now again, me and Rob were talking about all this before show. This software came out so that way it would help the film industry.
Originally,
so they could go in and voice over and lip sync and stuff like that, or they didn't have to go in and voice over. They could just make the AI do it and fill in the holes,
much like they did with Russell, or not Russell Crowe, Russell Brand. No, what was the guy from? He played opposite Russell Crowe in Gladiator. He died like just before or after filming a couple scenes, and yet they kept him through the movie by pulling his face from old and AIing it, and so he got to stay something Reed or something. Yeah, he was a real bad guy. He was in Oliver the musical. He played the really nasty bad guy in that, whose name escapes me right now. But in this case, I mean. I had to dig through like 3 layers of that article in order to get an example of what it was like and how it played. Mm-hmm. And I will say I wasn't impressed.
Well, no.
Yeah. I mean, they actually had, here's his real voice and here's his synthesized voice. And I'm like, they're not the same.
No.
It's not the same voice. I mean, the intonation's different. It seemed like he sounded about 10 years younger. And it's like, I mean, do I want a younger Morgan Freeman? I guess is the question. I guess it doesn't matter. He's God. He's never aging anyway. But
that's funny because it's like pick your age.
Yeah.
Pick your emotion.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, what I think is, but does an actor own the sound of his voice?
Yes.
So if I do impersonations of Sean Connery.
Technically, you can get in trouble for that.
I can get in trouble for saying Dolly Parton.
What's that one comedian? That's how he makes his mainstay.
Rich Little used to.
Oh, Rich Little.
He was amazing.
Yeah, but
that's all he did.
Yeah.
But I mean, he didn't have to license his impersonations. Right. And to me, that's like.
I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to keep everything fair.
Up and up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
and for them to say, okay, let's develop this technology so you can have wherever you want. Oh, crap.
You know what?
Everybody's going to hate us for this.
I don't think they're trying to make it fair. I think they just want to cut. They're trying to make money. So how else then to get the big names behind it?
Yeah. No. They can make money.
Yeah.
You can go in and say, okay, you can put in up to 5,000 characters, okay, in their generator. And it'll go ahead and generate, and it's no better than the generator we have from what I played and heard. Okay, we have all that software as well.
Yep.
But but the idea that it can be Tom Cruise or it can be, Bette Midler, whoever it is you want actually doing your commercial for you. That's the ticket on that thing.
Yeah, boy.
And
who doesn't want
but
Matthew
again,
McConaughey
what is the
doing your
difference?
voiceover?
What is the difference between that and having somebody do an
right.
impersonation
Right.
of that person? And I think I need to look into the law on that one because I don't think there's a law against doing an impersonation of someone. Where you have to pay the person a royalty. It's your voice now. You own it. Do they own the sound of their voice?
After you get done doing it, you get an invoice in the mail.
Yeah, really. Oh, it wouldn't be the first time. You get it in the email.
I got a cease and desist.
And it comes from Texas.
Will Smith.
Well, I believe that.
Because we used
You're
his...
stealing his look.
No.
I mean, look at you.
I know.
You're
Sexy
freaking
as hell.
twins.
Right, I know, just like him. Now, we used part of a Men in Black song in one of our commercials a long time ago.
Yeah,
And
in a galaxy far, far away.
we got a cease and desist. I love the fact that when you get a cease and desist before you get the bill. Because then you can go
yeah.
pick it up. Because
you
we
go,
only
okay,
needed
we're
it.
done.
We only needed it for a short time run. So we needed to play we got away with it for 3 weeks, which is all we needed.
Yeah.
Before we got the cease and desist.
So, quick question. Is the 7-note rule a thing?
No.
I mean, when I was a kid,
my
I
God.
thought that was
Everybody
like
says,
what we were
well,
all taught.
you can do the first. Here's what first off. It started with a 7-note, and then it was like, no, you can do 10 seconds. No, you can do 29 seconds without getting in trouble. No, if that song is recognizable within 3 notes, you cannot use it unless you have permission to use it.
Right. So you can't go, nah,
Nope.
nah. Yeah. There you go. You're done.
I mean, I was amazed, and I don't watch this stuff. I was actually working on the computer the other day, and I had TV on for stupid noise, right? And I literally had this kid on Name That Tune, the new version.
Oh,
of it,
yeah.
Named it in one freaking note.
Yeah. Oh, you give me the right clues. It's easy. All I
Like,
need is
how the
confirmation.
hell did you do that? But he did it.
Yeah.
Everybody else was like,
Yeah. No, if you can get it from the clues and you know it from the clues,
Right.
all you need is one note for confirmation.
yeah.
Blues Clues.
Don't
Oh,
ever sing
wow.
that around me. That is the most annoying. Oh my God. That's all I heard. I was in that generation where my kids grew up watching it, and it was always Blue's Clues or Barney.
Barney.
I love you.
I'm waiting for Barney to come back as a zombie. I eat you.
No, he's gonna come back as a velociraptor.
Probably.
God, no. Yeah, there you go.
So Anthony,
What?
okay, I'm curious about your topic today. Lower your price or narrow your market. Are you
Yes.
seeing the niches thing?
I'm saying in a world where sorry, whose voice did I just steal? Oh my God, I'm in trouble. In a world. No. How many times have we, sat there, it's the end of the month, taxes are due, whatever it is, and you need to drum up some sales. Or, you got to make payroll, whatever it is. And so you think, okay, I need to appeal to a wider market, or I'm going to go ahead and have a sale. And, a sale is one thing if you got an established market and yada, yada. But if price is your big identifier in the marketplace, you're toast. Because you will almost always be up against somebody bigger, somebody badder, and somebody who's able to undercut you, period. And so trying to build your reputation on price is, we used to have a saying, if you sell on price, you lose to price. And so dropping your price in order to increase your revenues is almost never a great idea. Not in a world where, I did it again, where we have such access to markets. If I've got people, they want to open a business, even a local service business, and they're like, oh my God, how am I going to get enough customers? It's like, well, how many customers do you need? Well, I need 5 a day. I'm like, okay, you need 5 a day. That's, 25 a week. And if you do the math out on that, that's 7,500 people a year. If you never get repeat business. Okay. And so how much of that might be repeat business? Okay, half of it. So now you're down to 3,500. Okay. What's the population of the Tampa Bay area, about 3 million. So you need 3,500 people out of 3 million. You're talking, I mean, that's like 0.1% or 0.01%. It's crazy. Okay, the fact is, that's all you need. And what you want is to find those people that are best in tune with you and your message, and you want to appeal to them, because if you go out there trying to appeal to everybody, you appeal to nobody. But if you have a certain characteristic to your business that makes it unique, you are the people that understand, let's just go HVAC. You're the people that understand multi-level homes. Okay? You understand the absolute need. Stop trying to get everybody. Go after the people with multi-level homes. Make that your specialty. Because if I'm looking for somebody and I have a multi-level home, I'm going to zero in on you so hard, because this makes sense to me. And how many multi-level homes are there in the Tampa Bay area?
Right.
Plenty. Trust me. Okay, you don't need to be doing mobile homes in Hudson. If you actually have a special understanding and you've cultivated that understanding and that knowledge and that expertise so that you can go ahead and say, we are your multi-level home specialists. Specialists can charge a premium for what they do. Now you're going to be doing the same amount of work and getting paid much more for it instead of less. That is why really choosing and don't look at the market. Look at you. Look at your business. Look at your experience. I've got friends who make things, and they're crazy things. And my God, all they have to do is get them in front of the right audience, and they sell at super premium prices. I mean, stupid super premium prices, because they're niche. They are speaking directly to their market. And yes, you're going to have some people who go, oh, well, I can go over there and get it from the other guy for less. Well, guess what? That's fine. But he's not a good customer for you. So just let him go. Worry about getting the right customer for you, whatever your business is. And, Adam, let me ask you right here. This is all, by the way, it's completely off the cuff. Adam, tell me something about the way you do computer repairs that is absolutely different from anybody that that is really based on who you are and how you like to run your business, not based on what you've seen in the market and you're responding to it. Okay?
I like to be truthful,
Okay.
Tell you whether or not your device or your computer is worth investing any money in.
Right.
Because your data is what is your concern,
right?
Not the physical computer,
right?
So that's something
now. And here's the thing, okay? Because I know how Adam works, because he's repaired a lot of my stuff. But the fact of the matter is, being truthful with you is much more important than making money from you. And you want to see how he puts his money where his mouth is? Most people who want to be honest believe they have to charge you a bench fee. They have to charge you for them to be honest. Because if they're going to do it for free, they're going to try and screw you over because they need to make money off their time. Adam, on the other hand, has no bench fee. You bring the computer in, you will get the honest answer about what it needs. Does it need to be replaced? If so, go replace it wherever you want. I can help you here on something used, but if you need something new, you can go to Best Buy, you can go to the Apple Store, you can go wherever it is you want to do. Okay, and you can get it there. You can go online, you can order it here. That's great. That's what you get from Adam that is unique to Adam. So when Adam's appealing to people, he's going to look for people that have been burned, okay, that have, that don't like paying a bench fee just to find out some basic information about their system, about their laptop, about their iPad, whatever it is, okay? That is where you can really zero in. Now, in Adam's case, Adam, name an industry where you have done an enormous amount of work. And just by coincidence, you keep going in there.
Nonprofits.
And, I mean, that ties back to the fact that Adam is willing to do these things, okay? So now you have a nonprofit computer specialist. Is there actually a niche for that? I mean, what's different about a nonprofit computer system versus a for-profit computer system?
Right.
Guess what? Adam knows the difference. And there is a niche that he should be exploiting something fierce in his marketing, is going out there and being the non-profit computer repair specialist, the IT for nonprofits. Okay, that is a great example of going deep, not wide. And when you go deep, you can actually get premium prices for that, because people want to know they're hiring the right person for the job, not just the cheapest person for the job, because everybody knows when you hire the cheap person, double your budget because you got to do it twice. So that's my section for today. And I mean, and that comes across in all of your online marketing, in all your messaging, whether it's in your emails, I mean, whether it's in your tagline, whatever it is, wherever you put it, wherever you're seen, okay, on social media, you have to have that message out there so that your audience can immediately identify you as the company, the person, the service, the professional that is right for them. And I can't stress that enough. So
Can't stress it enough.
I can't. So I'm done.
Too much stress.
That's it. I'm done.
Yeah, stop getting
Yeah, too much
stressed.
stress.
Too much stress.
Too much stress to
Too much
stress it around.
stress. I'm
So
just saying.
I should have waited for John to stop going click, 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 click.
Well,
click
I'm
next to me.
trying to, you know me, I'm trying to share the show.
I
Get
know.
more
Shame
people.
on
The
you.
more people we can give, watch.
Watch.
You know, me, I just like tell you what you want to know. Or what you need to hear.
There you go.
Oh, you want I can make you famous. You want to be famous? I can make you famous.
There you go. Yeah, and I mean that's the best thing you do is promise everything and deliver nothing.
Nothing.
Okay, that's that's all over the place.
So that's a good segment, actually. I was, I've heard that, and I read an article today, which I didn't put in there thing, but it was always about, stop being wide and be niche.
Yeah.
But I'm a TV station, so I can't be niche. We have too much.
Actually, we're going to discuss that after.
Oh, okay.
Because I've been thinking about this in terms of the station and who our ideal
do that.
clients are for shows.
So
Adam.
Education.
Education.
You're going to educate us.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this.
Well, just to let everybody know, the FCC, with everything going on with COVID, a little late, but I guess better late than never, just got infused with some cash for their emergency broadband benefit program. And it allows households that have certain income requirements, or even whether or not you have children on free or reduced lunch or any kind of SNAP benefits, or reach any other qualifiers. You can get internet service with a $50 monthly benefit reduction in your service fee through the FCC. So if you need Spectrum, Frontier, whoever you use, there's even T-Mobile is on their program.
Really?
T-Mobile's home internet service.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty amazing. So that's pretty nice. But with some of the basic programs that are out there for home internet, being as low as $50 a month on internet only services.
Right.
You pretty much can have internet at home for zero cost if you qualify. So right now there's limited access. We'll probably share the link on our site so that. And you can even go to our Facebook page too. I also uploaded it there.
And
on
we'll
Sunday.
put that on WeBeam TV.
Yes, and basically, if you need help paying for some of your bills, and namely your internet service, please get on there, get it, fill out the application. You could qualify for a $50 per month price break on your internet services, and also there is a $100 price break on if your service provider also participates in their program where they sell electronic devices, tablets, laptops, or any other electronic devices like that, then you can get a $100 discount on those devices as well.
Okay.
Through the same program.
Well, heck, if we're going to do that, I'm going to put. So I just put that link in our chat, right?
Yes.
I also put in our chat where we can actually, if people are still unable to pay their bills, then go to Pasco Community Heart Program.
Okay.
And you can get rent, utilities. There's some stuff that you got to deal with.
Sure,
but,
of course.
But it's there.
But
it'll
if
even
you're
pay
legit,
the arrears.
they're legit.
Yeah. It'll actually, if you're behind on your mortgage or your rent. up to a certain amount of money, they will help you. So I just put that link in there.
I'm
for
also
else.
on the board of a particular nonprofit that is local to the Moon Lake area. That also they also are putting out they have access to a bunch of grants, and they're helping people with the same.
I think it's the same people. It's the same program.
Okay,
I think so. Yeah, it's a hard
Still
program.
good.
That's awesome. So look, if you need some help, there you go. See, we help people. We try. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. So here's something interesting. You know how Instagram only works on your phone?
On a mobile device. Yep.
All right, well, now Instagram is testing support from browser-based posting, which I actually would make me use Instagram more.
Yeah.
I don't use it because we maintain 7 different Instagrams.
Yes.
So for me to have to try to go through, oh crap, I unadded one to add one and blah, blah, blah. If I can do it from my laptop, so much better.
Yeah.
And then I would do a lot more. I would do a lot more on Instagram. What about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of back-end links. I used IFT and a few other tools that help interconnect services. So that way, if I post somewhere and I forget to post through a browser or anything like that, I always make sure that something's going. So if I forget something, I have some kind of automations running in the background.
Yeah.
Especially like once a month, I get a sends a post. Hey, thanking everybody for following us, coming along, and let's keep it going and stuff like that.
Right.
Now,
It's important.
Insta is primarily a visual medium. And, for a lot of, the tech work and so on that we do, it really is, I have somebody on staff who handles Insta for me because I'm okay with Facebook. Okay, that's what I know, breathe, understand. I'm ramping up on things like Gab and so on, but Insta is primarily visual, and how it looks and the way you construct your wall and the so that when somebody logs in, they get the tiles and it all makes one big. I mean, it's amazing what people can do with Insta. Okay, but it really is a specialist kind of thing. And so moving it over off the phone onto the laptop would probably be helpful for me in handling it and working with it.
Yep.
But I wonder what that's going to do to those things like the basic imagery of the page, because they set it up so that your tiles are customizable. So you can turn them into like the Hollywood squares where they make one big picture when you put them all together. I did that on my Insta when I did the Han Solo blaster that I steampunked. And so I turned it into 9 pictures. And so that when you went to my Insta, that's what you saw with those 9 pictures all forming one picture. And so there's all kinds of cool stuff you can do like that. But it'll be neat to see if they make this change and if it's appropriate to make the change. Because is Insta actually a desktop medium? And I don't think it is. So that's probably why they have avoided it.
Yeah, everybody who chooses to post to it usually does a higher quality.
Oh, God, I love the backstory of Instagram. There was a couple guys who had developed software for people to leave food pictures and reviews. And that didn't actually go anywhere. Yelp came along and kicked their butts. But this guy in a college class heard these guys talking about it, went out, raised the money, bought it from them for next to nothing, and reformatted it into Instagram. And we know what happened to him now.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. He was disappeared. Yeah, with a few $1 billion in his pocket.
Disappeared.
Yeah,
and a lot of these services that have been acquired are not happy with what's been turned into.
Speaking of disappeared.
Oh, there it is.
This is Mr. Adam. But so more ransomware's websites disappear in aftermath of Colonial Pipeline hack.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what's going on with it? Why?
Well, they're finding that there's too much news out there. The authorities are getting too close. There's too many people talking about it. Too much media, and these guys are trying to work secretive. And when their names are being put out there,
Yeah.
And so many, they're finding out that people do know about them. A lot of these bad guys are like, it's time to pull back. It's time to.
I thought
it's
I
time
was
to go.
being anonymous.
Yeah, I was anonymous.
And
I
look,
was just.
there's a picture of me dropping off my kids at school. I wonder if I have anything to be afraid of. now.
It's funny because IT teams and security professionals are constantly, in those dark web groups, and they monitor what's going on. They read what's going on. Krebs Security is constantly going out there and saying, "Hey, this is what's happening in the, in the underground. This is what guys are talking about. This stuff is constantly monitored. And anytime you're monitor, sending that information out, and the public gets hold of it, their whole scheme starts to fall apart. So now they don't want anything to do with the whole, the thing about the group that was doing the pipeline hack. Not only were they holding the data, encrypting it and holding it for ransom, they were also they were doing two types of what would they wanted two payments basically. Mm-hmm. One is we'll decrypt your data. The other option was also, if you don't, we're going to go ahead and release your information. Now we also have a full copy of all your data, and we'll release it if you don't pay this too.
So basically, it was the regular version versus the deluxe version.
Oh yes.
And if you want the deluxe version, then you're also going to protect your clients who have given you all this personal data.
Well, the reason for it is if a company is doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
If their data is encrypted, okay, fine, goodbye. We're not going to pay the ransom fee. We're just going to go ahead and pull our backups, and go ahead and restore everything, and go back to work.
Yep.
Okay. Well, now they're saying, oh, well, not only do we encrypt your data, but we have a full copy of it, and we're going to release it to the general public,
right.
Or we're going to release it to this group or that group, and tell them about your business. Do you want that? Well, now. It's a little bit more scary. Hey,
now you got to get the pro version.
Yeah, now you got to get the pro version. Pay up the money, or
Yeah.
You got two things going on.
Yeah.
So that became that was their driving force, and I think that's what kind of got them.
It turns
shot
my
down quick.
stomach to see scams innovating, which is of course what they do.
Yes.
It's like they're responding to market pressure.
These guys were running it like a full legit business. It's just horrible.
Absolutely.
How,
Yeah.
if they would just put their money together and their minds together and really try to do something right.
Right.
They'd do great.
That'd be monstrous.
Oh, they'd probably be mediocre.
So, so we are adding it starting today. We are adding a new segment to the Tech Shamans, and I'm hoping hope my boy
This
Rob
is
out
great
the back.
because you guys have set up this brand new
Yep.
intro for it.
So Rob, play that intro, baby.
Fails. Please break in half. Break in half. Break in half.
Couldn't.
That's funny. I like that.
So we have two, right?
Yeah.
So the Waymo self-driving car gets stuck by cones.
This was awesome.
To me, this is one of those things where, you want to stop a bank robbery and they use everybody goes electric cars or self-driving, just throw cones out everywhere.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah. So
good.
as a recap, what happened was there's a community, is this in Nevada or something, that has like all self-driving taxis, and one of the taxis just had an epic fail because it went to pull onto a 4-lane road. Turn right onto a 4-lane road. And the problem was the first lane had cones across it because they wanted you to merge over to the other 3 lanes while they were working in the first lane. And so it went ahead and just had
Now, this is in Phoenix.
a complete meltdown.
Hey,
okay.
and guess who owns this one? Google.
I
Or
love that.
Alphabet.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And so, yeah, what you end up with is the thing cannot read the orange cones on the side there, and it just got confused and stopped. And it's
Wait,
like,
what's this? Is that a person? Oh my God, is that a person? Am I going to stop?
Understand.
I'm thinking
well,
to
it's
see
seeing
that
a
as a
cone.
Yeah, I think it's
No, it's seeing it as a cone, and traffic cones it's going to recognize.
Oh, so it's
Okay, so it's going,
traffic cones mean stop.
there's a traffic cone directly in the middle of my lane. That means stop. It doesn't see that there's no to the left. You're clear.
Oh, yeah, because if you look at
it.
If you look at the mapping,
Yes.
it needs to take a right, and to do that right, it needs to get in this right lane.
It needs to get in the right lane. The right lane is closed, and so the computer is just completely
it's a binary
befuddled
thing, man. You
by
can't
this.
call it a he or she. It's binary.
It's non-binary.
The guy's like,
Non-binary.
So what's going on back there?
And you don't have to correct me all the time.
Yeah, I do.
The guy's like, what's going on? Why is the car not moving?
I'm being my
there's
authentic
a cone.
self.
You go,
There's a cone. The funny thing was, so while the thing is stuck there, the workers then come and remove the cone, and so the car starts up again and starts going, but then sees another cone. And so now it just gets completely confused. And when the workers came, I guess, because as soon as there's a problem, there's like a 911 for these cars. And so the guys come out to work on it, and the car tries to escape them and tries to drive away from the people trying to help it. And it's like, oh my God, it's like Free Willy or something. I don't know.
And Today, you're such in luck. We have one more story. And guess what? It's in Phoenix as well.
Oh, this was not Phoenix's
weekend. It is a
weekend.
system failure. It was a roller coaster, right? And the belay system down there, I guess, is when it pops too much or it moves at a different angle, shuts it down. These people dangled in the
they're hanging sideways,
air,
20 feet in the air.
2 dozen of them.
Yep.
So they had to get the fire department out, come out, start getting everybody.
The fire department had to come out with 7 ladders and set them up. And they interviewed a 12-year-old kid, and he was like, it was especially scary because it wasn't just like being taken down a ladder. They had to move between ladders in order to get them down. Oh, boy. Because of the way it was structured and everything. Yeah. And so they were there for 2 hours?
2 hours. Yeah.
While they brought them down one at a time in special safety harnesses. And why did it break down? Because computer safety equipment shut it down.
Yep.
And, that sounds great until, the safety equipment. And here we're looking at safety equipment failure. Orange cone must stop. Yeah. Acceleration issue must stop. Not just slow down and bring them around to where they're right side up. Just, no, stop. And of course, So... yeah,
but that was our tech fail.
And
when tech fails,
this brings up that concept that we can replace some of the mid-grade, the $70,000, $80,000, $100,000 a year jobs like that, like an X-ray tech or any of those things. They are being replaced by AI everywhere, but what we can't replace is a waiter. Because the waiter has to juggle so many variables. It's just like the car driving. Yep. Okay, the waiter is looking, I got a wet spot on the floor over there. I got a kid crying over there. I got an upset client over here. And I got, this table over here that's still waiting on their damn fries.
Crispy
waiter
fries.
can do that.
And I'm going to tell you, a programmer will never understand the full force of what goes into some of the jobs that you do.
No.
People do.
And so you look at that and you see these safety things that go... And, it's like no human running a safety switch would have stopped them right there. Okay, he would have let them get upright until he slowed it to a crawl.
That'd
Not just
like
no, you're stopping.
Stopping it midair upside down.
And we've seen that happen before a couple of years ago. There was one of these cars was stuck upside down, and they had to pull everybody out of it upside down. And that is a bear because the way those harnesses work, your head is now forced up into this thing, and your legs everything's wrong. You're actually sitting your torso into the harness. And so how do you unload people upside down? It's craziness. So, but I guess they practice.
So we're going to end on a sweet note.
Oh, you think so?
Do you like toasted marshmallows?
Sure do.
Do you like toasted marshmallows?
I used to before I found out what's in them.
Oh my God.
Told you. I don't. Yeah.
Whatever. So Anthony's not interested in this, but there's these marshmallow roasting sticks that will seriously up your s'mores game.
Wait.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's a telescope with a fork at the end.
Yep.
Oh.
But I like them.
with a wooden handle so you don't
I was
burn your
getting
hand
excited.
over the fire.
I was really thinking these forks were gonna
No.
Electrically toast it from the inside.
No.
I mean, yeah. By the
I
way,
was
if you're
getting
looking for any
excited.
great ideas on things to patent, just watch us every
Yeah,
week.
yeah, exactly.
No, I thought these things were going to toast from the inside.
No, but
Yeah, it's like-
the reason I like these is because I have bamboo sticks, I have wood sticks, I got the big long, and it looks like a fly swatter that they just didn't put the end on. As you can,
Yeah.
The problem is they're always long and there's no place to keep it.
This is telescoping.
And so this takes the telescope all the way out.
They need to have a little shield on them for the younger kids when they're roasting them and they start catching on fire. And what do the little kids do?
All over the place. Right. So, but one of my favorite thing is roasted, toasted marshmallows. I love
yeah,
it.
I used
So
to
I'll
love
sit
them.
inside the house,
Yeah.
and boy, don't do this around your fire detectors or your smoke detectors. I'm sitting there and I do them with a little torch, just because I like them. I mean, I'll just go grab
for
one.
me,
and that's a snack for me.
The fuel imparts a flavor to them.
Yeah.
And I get that out of that. That's why your gas stove is a lousy place to toast your marshmallows.
Well, then use a long fire stick. I've done that
you
before.
can use a candle. A candle would probably work better than anything.
Well, if it's scented, no.
No, not if it's scented. Ew. No,
Evergreen marshmallows.
No, beeswax
Evergreen.
candles would be perfect for that.
No, I use
Evergreen
the big
candle.
long. I do have the long stick matches.
Oh, yeah.
To light the fires.
Yeah.
I'll let it
That's-
burn
that's
past
perfect.
the sulfur.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you get in there, and then you just.
Yeah, let the wood
Use
burn.
the whale oil lamps.
Well, okay. I'm old.
They're smoky fish flavor.
Been around forever. It's
Smoky fish flavored
Hey everybody,
s'mores.
but you know what? We want to thank you for watching today. If you have any questions for us,
Yes.
or you want to make fun of us, I don't care other way. But yeah, man, give us a call. You can call us, you can text us, you can send us a text shamans at webeamtv.com or email or whatever. It's on there. Facebook messages. We will be
Carrier
here.
pigeon, Pony Express.
Dude, that would be awesome to have a carrier pigeon.
Wouldn't it? That
show up with a message
all of a
right here
sudden,
on set.
It's like having a dove. We released the dove.
I'm pretty sure we can do that with our technology in the back.
You know, we
At least
gotta
let
find
people
somebody.
think we had a pigeon land on the desk here, and we got. a
That
message
would
from
so
it.
be so. We should.
Dude,
do- we
Keep
should-
watching.
I know
Keep
those
watching.
guys. I actually know a pigeon. What are they?
Or
I will guarantee
There's
you
a
it's out
name
there
of
on
that.
Shutterstock
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
We can just
Anyway,
go get it.
everybody.
All right,
we'll see everybody. Have a
take
good
care.
techie week. Bye.
Bye, Zers.
We got the plans cause we are the tech shamans. We understand cause we are the tech shamans. Dude, I got this cool thing to show you. Really, man? Yeah, it's far out and technical and stuff. Awesome. Yeah. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Cool.